A lot of times, when we talk about funding in education, it's almost like even the idea, like I think about like even just cooking, and you want to buy the ingredients to make maybe the richest, okra soup, where you're going to have your fish and all kinds of seafood in it. And let's just think about our education system in the same way.
True friendship, it lasts forever. True friendship, a gift we share together. No matter where you are, we're there together. Sharing moments, happiness is when we are together. We are together.
Maltina, share happiness.
STEM, as we know, is a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It encompasses these into one space. So, science students are important for the growth of every nation because of the technology we use these days. We are like in a fast-paced society. The tech we use these days, programming, computer languages, we have AI that is there shattering so many grounds, So it's important for students to get into this space to be able to already face the challenges that are ahead of them and to help them to grow cognitively and effectively and their psychomotor skills.
STEM is important. STEM education is important for national development. No country develops without a good STEM education. It's important for national development. And also STEM underpins the SDGs, that is the Sustainable Development Goals. Without a good STEM education, we are not going to achieve the SDGs. So STEM education is important, and every country is achieving to develop a good STEM education for sustainable development.
Prior to signing up to the Sustainable Development Goals in 2015, there was the Millennium Development Goals, which unfortunately Nigeria did not meet. And so we signed up to the Sustainable Development Goals to ensure inclusive, equitable education and quality education for all children and all people in our country, but also like just life opportunities and lifelong learning opportunities. And I can say to you that we're looking to meet these goals by 2030. We have about 6 years to go. But I do still think that there is an opportunity for us to, sort of start heading in the right direction, towards at least, trying to meet the goals, or at least trying to focus on, just building the path to reaching that goal. But I still do think that there is an opportunity for us to up the game, up the rigor, up the investment, the focus, and really prioritize this as urgent. If we're talking about equity and talking about the same quality of education for not just some, but for all, you would find that majority of our children who are in school today do not have access to the technology needed for them to become 21st century learners.
STEM education in Nigeria, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's okay-ish, but we can do better. STEM, because of the ramifications of STEM education, you need adequate funding, you need adequate laboratories, you need adequate workshops, And you also need trained teachers in the best methodology to teach the same subjects.
We talk about the quality of education system. We talk about the challenges of the education system. But then we cannot fix it without funding. I also think that, when you think about UNESCO's suggestion around ensuring that each country has a minimum of about 26% of its national budget allocated to education. And when you look across Nigeria, over the last 5 years, we've dwindled between 6 to 8% or thereabout. We need to refurbish our schools. We need to pay our teachers better. We need to train our teachers. We need to revamp the colleges of education. We need to ensure that our teachers have, support the technology, etc., to do the work that they need to do. We need to ensure that our children have the instructional aids, the learning materials, etc., for them to really acquire the quality of education. Also, I'd like to also just be frank and say that, of course, we have a funding issue in our country, but we also have a management issue. Like the funding not getting to the point where it needs to get to, that also in itself is a challenge. So it's not about funding only, but it's also about restructuring in a way that we're able to get the resources to the hands of those who need to make the decisions, around our education system in a quicker fashion. And also just make sure that, we're also thinking about allocating resources based on needs.
So we are going to be starting from what a computer is, the definition and the size. We are going to be starting from there because you are about to write your third term examination. And the exam will be set based on first term, second term, and what? Third term.
Since inception in 2015, the Maltina Teacher of the Year competition, funded by the Nigerian Breweries Felix Ohiwere Education Trust Fund, has actively contributed to the development of the education sector in Nigeria. This is in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 4. Through the Maltina Teacher of the Year competition, the ETF invested over 500 million naira in cash and non-cash prizes since the competition began. More recently, we have been incredibly privileged to receive additional funding through partnerships with like-minded organizations, and this tells us that we are setting the right example for other organizations to follow. Today, we are in partnership with credible and reputable organizations such as Air Peace, Union Bank, Woodhall Capital Foundation, Alert Group, and First City Monument Bank. These collaborations have allowed us to increase the value of rewards awarded to teachers and the schools of our grand prize winners. For example, up until this year, the competition had donated 20 million naira each in school infrastructural projects to grand prize winners. However, due to the rising inflation and our resolve to prioritizing education despite lingering economic challenges, we have increased the school's infrastructural funding to 30 million naira. Similar increases in the cash prizes to the teachers have also been made. On the ETF's contribution to promoting technological advancement over the years, I am very pleased to let you know that the infrastructural projects donated to the schools of the Maltina Teacher of the Year grand prize winners would sometimes include computer systems. In fact, just last year, we integrated an e-learning facility into one of the school projects we commissioned in Jos in Plateau State. Another example is a state-of-the-art language laboratory where we are currently setting up in a public school in Agege, Lagos, to provide their students with hands-on technology for language learning. This year, we were proud to support the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan by funding an e-learning studio at the Biomedical Communication Center, BCC, to support the college's need for a contemporary audio-visual production center. Also, to further promote technological advancement in the Nigerian education system, we collaborated with an organization in Finland to secure a 1-year free premium subscription to Lesson App, a mobile application that helps teachers design creative and effective lesson plans. All these efforts ensure that teachers and students have access to the technology and the training they need to succeed in today's digital world. SDG 4 is all about ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all. The ETF, recognizing that teachers are a key component of the educational value chain, has supported this goal by rewarding exceptional secondary school teachers and their schools without discrimination. If you take a very quick look at our Maltina Teacher of the Year impact projects, you'll realize that they span across both public and private schools, cities and rural areas, and even special needs schools and their teachers. Our goal basically is to ensure that inclusivity and quality are at the very forefront of the Nigerian educational system.
In 2015, a beacon of hope emerged when the Maltina Teacher of the Year initiative was born. It didn't just provide recognition for our teachers, it also transformed their teaching experiences. And after nearly 10 years, impacting over 300 participating teachers and transforming hundreds of schools, 241 teachers and 9 schools have been rewarded with over 500 million naira in cash and non-cash prizes. With its impact transcending borders, award-winning Nigerian teachers are now being recognized internationally, showcasing the talent and dedication of educators from Nigeria. This initiative is a brainchild of the Nigerian Brewers Felix Ohiwere Education Trust Fund and proudly endorsed by the Federal Ministry of Education. This edition is supported by Union Bank, Woodhall Capital Foundation, Airpeace, and Alert Group. Maltina Teacher of the Year, a decade of inspiring excellence in teaching.
In 2018, we came up with an initiative called Edu360 that was a platform in ensuring alignment with educators and the entire education ecosystem. This closely aligns with our commitment to the Sustainable Development Goal 4. In committing to the SDG 4 on quality education, we have a whole generation or 2 generations with which we must invest and celebrate those people who teach them. I mean, we're all here today. I'm here today because I had educators who were passionate about their work, passionate about investing in young lives that will grow. And that's why we are also doing that. We're generational. Maltina has been here, Nigerian Brewers has been here. The educators will always be here. And it is a great thing to always celebrate them.
We are in partnership again this time because we understand the importance of rewarding teachers who have done greatly well to our emerging youths and all that, because we understand the benefits and the importance of education. So we also want to appreciate those who are on the front runner to ensure that great educations were actually doled out to great minds and citizens that we have today. So the teachers are not left out, and the reason why we partner with Nigerian Brewers again is because of the long-term relationship that we have, and we also see this as our community responsibility to ensure that we play our part as a business. So hence the reason why we are in this partnership.
I cannot quantize what the Nigerian Breweries is doing. They're doing a wonderful job. And for the first time since 10 years, teachers are feeling recognized and appreciated. Because for a long time, teachers have been put on the sideline. We have students who, if you ask them what do you want to become, you will rarely, in 50 students, maybe one student will say you want to be a teacher, and they will laugh at you. But these days now, with what Nigerian Breweries is doing, it is inspiring so much students, it is inspiring so many adults, even those who enter the field, unqualified. Because of what Nigerian Breweries is doing, I know they find ways to go and get the proper qualification so that they will become proper teachers, so that they will get their due esteem, due recognition, and sharpen their skills to actually become better, provide better service for these students. Because whatever we do it for these children. And I like that Nigerian Breweries is appreciating teachers for putting in hard work. And I want to hope and believe that this program will continue just beyond the 10 years anniversary. And I believe that every year it has been getting better and bigger and bigger. Also, based on the projects that each school and each college is getting, believe me, the impact that they are providing is just transformative. They provide laptops, provide infrastructure, providing labs, just to mention a few. So I believe this is a welcome development to and supporting the Nigerian Education Ministry through this good work. I believe that teaching profession will reach the level in which it was meant to be from the onset.
When you think about where teachers are, and when you think about just the lack of support that we as a collective in this country give to teachers, I find initiatives like that of the Maltina Teacher Award to be very, very commendable. Commendable in the sense that the fact that teachers have this massive, major ceremony and glam and glitz and glamour to look forward to put their best foot forward, to not only put their best foot forward, but because this has been happening for so long, they have to prepare, they actually have to do the work, they have to put all of this effort in to be better, so that they can be, considered, for this type of, I find that it's one thing to have the ceremony, but I think the culture and the sort of pattern that this has created in teachers themselves wanting to be better, in teachers for themselves looking up to role models who have emerged as the teacher of the year and who have received those awards, in teachers looking up to them and trying to also model a life after those sort of teachers who have won the award, is something that is just so inspiring and really, really incredible. So I find it to be, in one way, recognizing, acknowledging, appreciating, uplifting the dignity of teachers. But on the other end, the indirect impact is the fact that teachers have examples of people to hear their stories, to look forward to be inspired by, to do better and to be better. And so for me, it's really just such an incredible initiative. And I think that is one. But I also liked just the idea of the refurbishing of schools, the remodeling, the building of schools, the infrastructure piece. So when you think about the infrastructure as well, you would agree with me that it is quite important. And so the fact that Nigerian Breweries also prioritizes, really building classrooms, refurbishing schools, and making sure that the school environment is conducive for learning, but also conducive for teaching. You want teachers to be able to look forward to going into school. Go into school and know that they have toilets and facilities to use if they needed to. Go into schools knowing that they have staff rooms, office spaces where they can plan their work, plan their scheme of work and their lessons on a daily basis, where they can have meetings with students, etc., etc. And so when you think about that too, it's definitely something that is really important and something that I'm also really proud of that Nigerian Breweries is able to do.
Friendship, it lasts forever. True friendship, a gift we share together. No matter where you are, we're there together. Sharing moments, happiness is when we are together.
Maltina, share happiness.
Just the idea that beyond the the ceremony and the award to the teachers, the fact that the teachers also have an opportunity to also see global best practices. Very recently, some of the winners of the Maltina Teacher Award of the Year were sent to Finland, and some of the messages that I received from the experiences that they had, from what is possible, seeing what is possible, seeing what a nation did and what they're doing to really up the game and standards of teachers, that hope and inspiration and energy that they're bringing back also does something for our country. Like the number of teachers they're able to inspire, share their stories with, etc. And also the exposure for them, to just see how things can be done better is a laudable initiative. And it's something that I think if this program and if Nigerian breweries can continue consistently to do this, I do think that yes, it might be a drop in the ocean, but I think it's a drop in the ocean that makes such a huge and humongous difference. And so I'm proud of this organization, proud of their initiatives, and really excited for the future. It's a milestone year. This is the 10th year one, and my hope and hope is that this continues to expand to all teachers, not just some. Because right now the program sort of focuses on surfacing, identifying secondary school teachers, but I do think that we need to really think about not just our secondary school teachers, but our early years teachers, our primary school teachers. Everybody needs to be acknowledged, recognized, considered for their efforts. So my hope and desire is that beyond the 10 years, we continue to also think about how do we celebrate, recognize, and uplift the dignity of all teachers and not just some teachers. And so I'm really excited, for the future. I would really like to congratulate the Nigerian Breweries Education Trust Fund for their impact, their dedication, their commitment to upping the standards of education in Nigeria. And the work that they have done, the tremendous impact that they have made on our education system cannot go unnoticed. So well done, Nigerian Breweries, and looking forward to doing more, even beyond this 10-year milestone. Congratulations.
Next time on Teaching with the Heart.
And in school year around us, we have some parts in the school that is not okay for the visually impaired, which the visually impaired have been falling down almost every day. People in the society always see someone with visually impairment as someone that cannot do anything, or as someone that shouldn't go out, that should be staying indoor every day.